Welcome to Beyond Brave. I'm Kyla, and here's where we dive into stories of hope, bravery, and laughter. Millions followed our journey with my daughter Bella, but now it's time to go beyond the headlines and highlight reels to those raw, real moments I haven't shared anywhere else. So are you ready to go beyond brave? Let's dive in.
But if you want it to be perfect, you can make it perfect.
Welcome, Bravelings, back to Beyond Brave. Lal and I are here as your hosts, happy to chat with you again and fill you in on recent events. Also today, we have Super Bowl surprises. Recent events, our trip to California, which we will be doing a parks review of 4 different parks that we visited there, as well as Bella memories and specifically Disneyland memories with Bella.
No matter how much we prep, there's always something funny with my microphone. I'm sorry. There we go. I'm good to go.
Welcome to the show. Here we go. I'm really excited about these Super Bowl surprises you have. I didn't read our show notes yet, so I have no idea what surprise is coming.
Well, you're going to surprise me with what you have too then.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
No, we've discussed like the parks review and Bella memories and whatnot. But first, Gupdate. I need like an intro theme song for that. I have a Gupdate, and if you're new here, I have facilitated guppy fry birth from the 4 adult guppies that I have. 1 being male for sure, 3 possibly female, but regardless, we have 6 babies and
2 fish tanks now.
And 2 fish tanks now. So I'm happy they're big enough now, like they're almost 2 centimeters long, because now I can actually clean their tank.
The little guys.
Because I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get them out of here? I can't tell between them and like a speck of dirt in the tank.
And how big are the adults?
Oh, the adults are like over an inch, maybe a centimeter wide, tall, and like an inch.
Now, is it true if we had a bigger tank, they would get bigger like a goldfish? Or is that only a goldfish?
I don't know. We should ask the audience. I mean, they're guppies. I don't think they're meant to get big.
Okay.
Like you don't
Good.
see like goldfish, there's like koi, which are like massive, but guppies, I don't think there's like large guppies.
I don't want a koi pond.
No, I would love one. Anyways, okay.
I don't think they do too well right now. I think it's at minus 30 outside.
Oh, yeah, no. You'd have to bring them in. Any Canadian that has koi fish has to bring them in over the winter. Yeah. So we recently got back from a trip to Disneyland, which we will get into very, very soon. But I was happy that I could clean both tanks. Our 4 adults are still alive. So that's Pearl, Stinky and Dirty.
I thought Dirty died.
No, okay. Also on the surprise list today, I thought Dirty died.
Yeah.
And Dirty did not die. Dirty was weird. She was like...
She?
I'm pretty sure she's a female because she's like boring. She's not bright like Squirt. Squirt's bright and orange. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna get into the guppy fry names soon, but
we already have ones. Probably that once is enough.
Oh yeah, I wanted everyone to confirm that I wanted to confirm with everyone we have 6 baby guppies. For a while I didn't know if I had 3, 4, 7. It is 6, and I named them after fries. But back to Dirty. She was like, her head was down. Like usually with dead fish, you think they just float upside down, but her head was like down between the rocks and the glass, and then her fin was like, her tail was straight up, and I'm like, are you dead? And then I took my little net and I moved the rocks away from her, and she was like, woo! And then she springs up and she hides in the little cave that I have in her bowl.
She was sleeping.
It was morning. They usually just sleep at night when they're like still, and they just sleep at night. I don't know. I thought maybe she was like on her way out, but just perky and lively and swimming around the tank today.
So your assumption of how they act when they are dead still holds true, because it wasn't like that.
Yeah, she's not dead. She's alive and well.
But she didn't appear that like you would have expected her to.
No, and she must have just been stuck. I'm not gonna.
Or sleeping.
Or I don't know. They don't sleep perpendicular.
What else you got on here besides guppies?
Hold on, I'm gonna do my update, guys. People, this is like, I swear, if we did a poll and like most questions asked, people are like, "How are your guppies?" Like, I live for the gupdates, Kyla, and I'm like, okay, I'll give you the gupdates, because I have never facilitated a guppy birth before, and this recently happened, so I need to continue to share and update people with this. I have named my 6 gup babies. It is Curly Fry because they're called guppy fries. Are the babies.
Oh, right. I remember that.
So I related them all to fries. And now that I confirmed that I have 6, their names are Curly Fry, Poutine, McCain, Waffle, sweet potato, and crinkle.
I like it. You should have called him Crinkle Cut.
Crinkle could still be crinkle cut.
Crinkle
I
cut.
was gonna ask the audience
Also, what was the first one?
curly fry.
Do you need the fry at the end?
So just curly.
Well, you
'Cause
didn't
they're
say
already-
fry at the end of every other one.
But when you ask for curly fries, you say, I want some curly fries.
How do you want your fries?
You don't just say curly,
Maybe you're right.
right? Call them curly fries? I don't know. Anyways, I wanted to ask the audience.
What was the American fry? Freedom fries. You should have called one Freedom.
I didn't know there was well, I don't know about freedom
I think it
fries.
was post 9/11. One of the things restaurants did was they renamed their French fries Freedom fries.
Really?
It's like, hell yeah, let's go.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you could have named one Freedom.
Well, I was going to ask the audience if they liked my names, if they had a favorite, or to comment a better one, if they have a better idea relating to fries, a better name for my guppies. And
Well,
I
I
will.
already proposed one,
Freedom. Okay, freedom.
but what do
I'm
you
gonna-
ditch then?
I don't know. Waffle?
Waffle's pretty good. Sweet
don't-
potato.
I love sweet potato fries.
Yeah, but
I get them at every restaurant I go to.
okay, well, poutine isn't
like my
necessarily
favorite.
a fry.
Oh, poutine.
Get rid of poutine.
Who doesn't get poutine? Poutine is made from fries.
It's part of the dish.
Yeah, cheese and gravy, but that has to be on fries.
I totally disagree.
You don't have poutine potatoes or poutine broccoli. You got poutine fries.
Okay, maybe you're right.
They're a form of a fry.
All right.
A fry dish. Okay, anyways, comment if you guys have better ideas. I want to hear them. I really do. Lyle's freedom is kind of like, meh.
Liked it. Like, you're making fun of like a movement.
No, I'm not making fun. I'm just like, freedom. No.
I think our stats are like 30% Americans listen to this. So
Really?
yeah, you're just dumping on them.
Sorry, guys. You guys have had a lot going on lately, and I shouldn't do that.
More freedom lately.
More freedom. However,
Barely.
like on TikTok, since the little like short ban, and I've gained I haven't gained, but I've just been fed much more Canadian content. We are really funny. Like Americans are super funny, but we are also very, very funny Canadians. And I've just been like howling on TikTok more than ever with like the Canadian content.
Oh,
It's
I
really-
don't think that's even up for debate. Canadians have
Always
always been huge comedians. Yeah.
Really? I didn't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
That's our history, I guess. Hey?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
All of them.
Okay. All right.
I only named one. I just like drew a blank.
No, there's lots of good Canadian stand-up comics too, right? Like, what's that show we watch that's like Last Comic Standing? Isn't that Canadian, or isn't there a Canadian version?
From like 10 years ago?
Isn't Last Comic Standing still on?
Yeah. Oh, remember Deborah DiGiovanni?
Yes, we saw her in an airport one
And
time.
she came up to you?
Yeah.
That's so
yeah.
funny. She is a Canadian comedian. Really funny one.
Yeah, she is so funny. And I was like, I'm so happy I'm seeing you right now. And she was like, just like on her flight home or something. She's like, oh, nice to meet you.
No, didn't she come up to you?
She came up. Oh, I was with Bella, and she came up and she commented like, I know Bella and I see her on socials, and she was like happy about that. And I was like, I follow you. I love your comedy.
Okay. So you fangirled over her though.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
fully took
But
over.
she
fangirling.
approached you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. Where was that? In Toronto?
Oh, I can't remember what airport.
It would have probably been.
Probably Toronto.
Yeah. I think she said she was flying to California because she actually lives in
Yes.
California.
Yes. Oh, we could have saw her when we were there, maybe.
There you go.
Oh. Okay, you had Super Bowl surprises. You
No,
told
we'll
me.
leave that till end.
Oh, that's at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, I was excited about it for it being.
Okay. Well, we can jump into it.
Yeah, I thought it'd be
Okay.
exciting.
Well, I thought because I was looking at the analytics on our podcast and it is 90% female. Whoa, shocker. Yeah.
Oh no, I am shocked. I thought it'd be like even key. Well, do more females listen to podcasts in general?
More females listen to this podcast in general.
Okay, because I was gonna say like I thought males were more of like the podcast gender.
Maybe. You're probably right. But I will say that your
Mine is female.
algorithm doesn't tend to be very.
Well, I thought you would help with that.
No.
You've been here from day one.
What am I doing?
You're a medical dad. You're a male point of view. You're funny. You're male.
I don't even see your clips on my Instagram for
That's
TikTok.
true. You don't even like. You're not
I
aware of
still
what I
get just
post.
like golf reels, football jokes, and
But like, isn't okay? So let's take the number one podcast in the world. So what is that? Joe Rogan.
so every male just listens to that, and then
Nothing
females
else.
like probably listen to that, but also probably more niche interests.
Niche. Yeah. Whereas I was just like, I just thought it was like just predominantly males that listen to podcasts in general. But
There's probably a higher proportion, but we got 90%. Anyways, I
Okay,
thought, well, it is
okay.
Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to try to drop this
Yeah.
before the Super Bowl. I think we do usually get a lot of listens on Sundays.
Yeah, we
And
didn't do this one as a live because we just got back from a vacation and we kind of like our
so I thought it'd be fun to do like a prep and a quiz, a little bit of a quiz. So do you know who's in the Super Bowl this year, Kyle?
Taylor's boyfriend.
Yeah, so that's why I'm doing this. This is exactly why.
I know it's the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know who they're playing.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, you like the Eagles.
Nah, I don't really
you
have
like-
an affiliation with any team.
Or maybe is it the
fandom.
Seahawks? Oh, the Seahawks you liked.
I like any team when they're good. I'm pretty jump around pretty bad.
Oh, you're a
It's-
bandwagon jumper.
Yeah, it's awful.
Mm.
I think that's more common now because of fantasy sports. People just like players
Mm.
and they just cheer for whoever's on their damn fantasy team now.
I'm like that with American football, but Canadian, it's like we have our own football team, the Riders, the Rough
Obviously,
Riders.
we cheer for the Riders.
So we cheer for the Riders, but this is American football.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And so, yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City
The
Chiefs.
Birds.
Yeah, and this is the third. So if the Chiefs can win to I guess we're dropping on Sunday. So let's say they win today, that would be 3 Super Bowls in a row, which has never been done before. So they've won 2 in
I
a
mean,
row.
if they win on Sunday.
If they win on Sunday, that would be their 3rd in a row,
Oh, wow.
which has never happened before, which is pretty cool
Wait, that's never happened with any team ever
in the NFL.
in the NFL.
Yeah, no 3-peats.
Wow.
Yeah, there's been multiple 2-peats. Like I'm sure the Eagles, the Steelers, Patriots, Chiefs have won 2 in a row at times. Yeah, so that's interesting.
That's cool that's like a first. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is a rematch.
How can you not cheer for the Chiefs then?
2 years? So last year the Chiefs beat the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
2 years ago, they beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Oh, the Eagles are back.
So this is a rematch. So
Oh, this is getting good.
Yeah.
See, I'm like not aware of any of this, so this is great.
the funny part is my 2 last Super Bowl picks have been the Eagles and the Niners. So I've lost a bunch of money to Patrick Mahomes.
Ooh.
I think a lot of people have. I don't know why I bet against the guy. He is fantastic.
Yeah.
He always wins it in the last minute. And so I thought it'd be fun to do some Super Bowl picks, but not
Okay.
like players and stuff, like the fun props
Ooh, okay, okay.
with you. So the over under for John Baptiste, do you know who he is?
No.
He's a singer. He's like a pianist. He's really good. He's singing the Star Spangled Banner. And the over under is set at 120.5 seconds. Do you know what an over under is?
You lost me at he's a pianist.
He plays the piano.
Don't know where you're going.
Come on.
What are you asking me? Wait.
Well, I was just describing who's singing the Star Spangled Banner.
Okay, and then
So do you know what an over under is?
no.
So it's a type of bet. Will it be above this number? The thing occurring, will it be above this number or below this number? So say how many passes will Patrick Mahomes throw? Might be set at 25.5. It's always an uneven number, in between number. So you can't throw 25.5 passes, right?
Right?
You can either throw 26 or 27 or more,
Okay.
or 25 or 24 or less. So you say the over is he'll throw 26 or more,
Okay.
or the under is 24 or less.
Okay.
But this is for the singer, and it's 120.5 seconds. So do you think the Star Spangled Banner will be 121 or more, or 120 and less?
Like how long he'll
Like-
sing it for?
Yes.
Isn't it an anthem?
Yeah.
It has a start and a beginning.
hmm
Why would it go longer than that?
Well, you can sing at your own pace.
Oh, it's a weird question.
No, it's not. What are you not understanding? Walk me through this.
If you sing "Oh Canada," it's only going to be you don't
I
sing
can
it.
sing it like this. Oh, Canada.
Well, they're not gonna hire
Oh,
someone-
Canada. Our home native land.
They're not going to hire someone for the Super Bowl to sing it either one of those ways. They're going to
So
sing
you're gonna
it
say-
on beat.
Okay, so you're taking the very remote chance that it's gonna be 120. You're not taking over under. You're taking the middle.
Okay, so what's
At
the
exact
average?
time.
What's the average length of the song?
Probably 120.5 seconds. That's why it's set at that's the over under.
Okay, then for how long he'll take to sing it, and I don't know this guy, but he's playing. So maybe if he's playing he'll have the piano while he sings it.
That is another side bet. It's like, what are the odds that he'll be playing the piano while singing the anthem? I don't know what the
Oh.
odds are. I think the odds are like if you bet $10 and you said he would do it, you might get paid out $40 or something.
I bet
'Cause
he's
the odds
playing
are
the-
not good that he would do it.
I bet he would be playing the piano.
Okay.
Okay, and then if he's a pianist and he's singing the national anthem at the Super Bowl, how do you not play the piano for it?
Okay. We'll play piano.
We'll play piano, and because with if he is playing the piano, which I think he will be, he'll have a little like doot-de-doot before and maybe a little doot-de-doot after.
No, technically, I think they kick it off at the first word that's sung,
Oh, okay.
and then the last word that's said. So there could be outros and intros. They don't count that part.
Okay. And you said the average number is 120
Uh-huh.
seconds?
120.5 is the over-under.
120.5. I'm going to go with 123.
Over. You're going the over.
Yeah.
And the over.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
We'll
the
see if
weirdest
you-
bet I've ever heard of. I would never bet on this.
Why? Oh, that's one of my favorite bets. It always gets controversial because we'll be sitting there watching it, and we'll start the timer when they start singing, and then we'll end it. But it's never official. You have to kind of wait, and it's always debatable because like sometimes they'll say the last word a couple times, and it's like, well, wait, is it the last time you said it? The first time you said it? It's great. Really
Oh.
controversial.
Okay, well, I'm new to this, and this is I'm standing on my vote. What's yours?
I'm gonna say the under. I've always taken the over, and I always lose.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
thanks for letting me know that now.
Well,
I'm still sticking with it though.
yeah, good.
Not changing.
Okay, so Kendrick Lamar is the halftime show. I have no idea who he is. I don't think I'm supposed to know. I mean, look at me.
I feel really
I'm
bad.
a middle-aged white guy.
I don't know either. Like, you guys, this is bad, but I have to Google right now.
I know I am
Did you Google
irrelevant,
him?
but I do know, and I remember that he does have a big beef with Drake.
Oh, Kendrick. Wait, wasn't
that
he-
guy.
Oh, he's
I think he's pretty good.
the billionaire's
He
ex-husband.
must be pretty good if he's a Super Bowl halftime show.
Um,
Billionaire's ex-husband.
Kylie Jenner.
They were married.
Yeah, and they have a kid together. Or two.
Okay,
I think that's Kendrick Lamar.
so
Yeah, he's a rapper.
yes,
He's
he is.
performing?
Yeah.
Aren't his raps like, I don't even know what his songs are, but aren't they like really like bad words? Like, lots of bad words.
They'll probably edit it. It'll be a radio edit.
I don't even know what he sings. That's really bad.
I know, we're so lame.
Sorry, guys.
We listen to Matchbox 20. Still.
We
so,
do.
so, yeah. And,
do.
and I know that's not popular or cool.
No.
But
Okay.
also, your analytics are, we do tend to have an older the same age as us listening.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay.
they'll be like,
Oh, okay.
we got it. We know.
For my podcast. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So he does have that beef with Drake.
You're right.
So will Drake release a song on Super Bowl Sunday?
Oh, well,
To,
Drake's
like, throw
Canadian.
shade.
I haven't heard from Drake since his house got flooded.
Okay.
Remember that?
And so a $10 bet on yes would pay you $37. So the odds are he's not going to,
So
going to
Drake
drop a song on Sunday. But if he does, your $10 bet would pay you $37.
drop a song, not an album.
A song. Yeah. On
So
Sunday.
he would want to drop a song on Sunday to outshine Kendrick,
Yeah.
his halftime performance.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
See,
they have
that,
a beef.
I doubt it because that's Drake competing with the Super Bowl, not Kendrick.
No. And I would say no as well.
Yeah.
That's my paper writing down the bets.
Yeah.
And I'll go on. We'll make these bets.
Why do they have a beef?
I don't know.
What did they do
What do
to
you-
each other? Just beat each other in their songs?
Yes.
What caused that?
That's a good question. You
don't
should
know.
have a guest on that knows all about it. It'd be funny.
Ooh, can somebody suggest their intel on the
Okay.
pop culture top?
There's lots of other bets you can make on Kendrick, like how many songs he sings, what songs he sings, all that
Oh, I
kind
hate
of
when
stuff.
they
What
always
guest
do-
stars there are.
I would have no idea because I barely know him.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he has like another rap mogul, but I don't see him ever performing with someone else. He's always like by himself.
Super Bowl they almost always bring other people up.
Yeah,
But
you'd
it's
think
like who? So for the Swifties that are watching the Super
Ooh,
Bowl, there's
okay.
another big bet you can place.
Ooh.
Can you guess what it would be?
What Taylor's wearing,
Actually, you can make that bet. No, you can make a bet on
where she's sitting.
what Travis Kelce is wearing. So Travis Kelce is Jason Kelce's brother. He used to play for
right,
the Eagles. He was
right.
a center for the Philadelphia Eagles. He
Yeah,
retired,
yeah.
but now he's a broadcaster. Really good one.
Yeah.
You can bet on like what color he's wearing. I'm sure he'll be wearing like a green tie to the Eagles.
Oh, he doesn't ever confide to like the red for his brother.
No, he's an Eagles.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
which is great.
Yeah. Okay.
But
What's the bet?
the bet was if her boyfriend and chief star tight end Travis. Oh, that was nice. Jason Kelce was the Philadelphia Eagle.
Yeah, you said
center.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Travis Kelce will propose to her following the game.
Oh, I saw a reporter ask him his thoughts on a diamond ring because she was trying to bend it in a way that it's like the Super Bowl ring.
Mhm.
She's like, "What do you think about diamonds in a ring?" She's trying to like get at him for like, "Are you going to propose to Taylor?"
Mhm. Okay, so you have some insight. And
So okay, so the bet is, will he propose
yeah, and a
to
$10
her?
bet pays you $75 if it's yes. If he does propose at the end, you make a bunch of money. What did he say in the interview?
Part of me is just like, would Taylor allow that? Would she want it to be public? She's never really been like a private person, but it's like, and then when? He would have to do it at the end,
Mhm.
but only if they win, because that would be weird if they didn't win and then he's like, can't celebrate, but then he's proposing. That would be weird.
Mhm.
Right? So then, and then you can't base a proposal on whether you win or lose a football game, because that has nothing to do with it. And then it would just, it's like by chance he could propose, but only if they win.
Yeah. So you're saying no.
Well, and she's going to be up in the box and he's going to be
Well,
down
she'll
on the
be down on the field by the time the game ends if they win.
But every time you look at people down on the field, they are mauled, right? They're like mauled.
But then
like,
he'll get some room and then he'll get down on one knee and give her a ring.
I don't know. Oh, this is a hard one. What do you?
No, it's not going to happen.
Okay, no.
It's so stupid.
That was my first instinct was no, but I was like, is there anything that might make it happen?
You have the insight. What did he say in the interview?
I feel like it's not a Travis and Taylor thing.
Okay. Okay. And to close it out, always, of course, the Gatorade color.
What are all the choices?
The odds are purple, yellow, purple and is one.
Okay.
Lime/green,
Yeah.
orange,
Orange.
blue, red, water/clear.
I'm gonna go with red.
Red.
What was it last year?
I can never remember. The best odds are purple and lime or green. Like the odds of it happening. Like water clear is like, I think you make $100 on a $10 bet. I don't think it's ever happened.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe it has, but
There's no white Gatorade, technically clear. I'm gonna go red because the Chiefs are red.
so
What's
your
the
money was
color?
on the Chiefs. Are you picking the Chiefs?
Oh, well, yes.
Why? Because you want the three-peat?
Well, I
Because
follow.
you're not an idiot like me?
I want the repeat for them. That would be cool.
Ugh.
Like in the history books, that would be really cool. So I want that for them.
You know it's all that rigged though, right?
What do you mean? What's rigged?
That's what they joke about, that the NFL is rigged. Because all the Chiefs get all the calls from the refs.
Oh,
Like they want them to win. But which makes me question, I'm like, does NFL really care that this mid-sized Midwestern city is
How
the top
can-
dog for 3 years in a row?
but like when you have millions of people watching a game and you're the ref, like there's cameras everywhere. You can't make a wrong call. There's cameras everywhere.
Oh, you can. They always do. Last game,
How?
3
How?
calls went their way in the second half.
There's
The one was
millions-
ridiculous.
There's millions of eyewitnesses.
Let me get it happen.
They must get death threats.
That's a dark turn.
But it's like when,
Why?
when you
Yes, you're absolutely right. They
Wh-
probably do. The
Yeah.
refs, yeah. Oh, yeah.
like when you have something as valuable as that in your hands on a call that you can make regardless of anybody else, but you get the last say,
Okay.
regardless of millions of witnesses and cameras showing that it wasn't the call you just made.
I'm just the messenger, but Roger Goodell's in their ears telling them what to do.
I haven't had time to like really dive into like football analytics, but now I'm fired up.
So you're taking red. I'm taking purple.
Okay.
That's it for Super Bowl corner with
Ooh,
Lyle.
that was
All
fun.
just the most important stuff
Yeah.
you can think of.
That was awesome. I like that. That's cool. That's cool. All right, let's get into our recent trip to Disneyland, how we got to deciding to go back. Of course, this year being without Bella, and last year, almost a year ago exactly, we were there with her. First time trip for her and Waylon. Of course, this time was the second time Waylon and got to go to Disneyland. We planned a few different other things, which we'll get into with our parks review because we went to 4 different parks. And I would like to start with how we came to this decision and how we decided not to tell Waylon and make it a surprise.
Oh, yeah. That was the funniest part.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. So we have a close connection with the JW Marriott from our first time there. They really, really, really made our trip special.
The hotel.
The hotel, as they just really become like family to us since that trip, and had said, if you're ever back here, let us know. We want to accommodate you. And so they did that in many ways. But we were like, really what drove us to making this trip happen was we just seen over the few months recently, Waylon really bringing up so many memories of the trip with Bella last year and not being down about it, but just almost like him, like I felt him like emotionally struggling for a while. And we really wanted to make this happen for him to just kind of like boost him a bit, give him a break. And then also just for me, I don't know about you, but for me, like I've been wanting to go back there so badly because it was such a happy experience for Bella. Like it was really her happiest being there. Like she was just like,
Yeah, I agree. She's
you know,
feeling her best
yeah. And so
all the
it's
time.
like the memories there are all happy.
Yeah.
They're all really good. They're not anything to do with hospital or pain.
But
And
I mean, like,
so,
what do you accomplish by going back to somewhere where you have these amazing memories? So, like, or I'm asking you, what is the motivation there to do that?
for me, it was a way to feel
Because you
connected.
can't recreate things, obviously.
No, but it was a way to feel connected with her, to see Waylon wanting that and giving that to him
Right.
as like relief for him, to be like, he's bringing up these memories so much from last year, and then to see him so happy and like being in it again, and just like that meant a lot. Like his happiness in this was really meant a lot.
It also too, like, to experience as a family and kind of getting ready together, getting a plan together,
Yeah.
involving him is really
Yeah.
fun and encouraging to be
Well, like any
working on
family,
together, packing together,
yeah.
getting,
Well, and like
going
any
on a little trip.
family that wants like traditional, to like have like happy, funny traditions that you can look forward to,
Yeah.
which would be awesome if we could go every year, but to go more often with him would be amazing. That was the tradition my dad set out for me, was we did a lot of traveling
Right.
all the time. And I value that and appreciate that so much. That really opened up my eyes to this world.
We didn't do a ton of traveling, but we did do Disneyland, Disney World. We were a big family of four kids, my mom and dad. So we didn't quite travel as much as I did, but we did do Disneyland and Disney World, and they
Yeah.
were amazing trips.
Yeah.
And you're right. I want to travel more like you guys did with Waylon. I mean, we are a small family now, so
Yeah.
traveling it's hard not to do. It comes easy to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we kept it a surprise for Waylon, not only because we wanted that to be fun for him, but we had planned this and then the California fires had started. And so it was like, wait a minute, we can't tell him and then actually not be able to go. So we kind of waited on that too, in a sense of keeping it hidden from him, because it was like, wait, can we go for a while? And then of course we confirmed that it was possible. And so then we decided to still keep it a secret. And what
I
was,
was on the fence about it a little bit because I
yeah,
remember when we were preparing with Bella and Waylon on our last trip, we went and we got Disney Plus, and like
oh
we had a
yeah,
binge marathon of the Disney movies,
we
like the
looked at
month preceding
we
the
looked at
trip.
rides on YouTube and
Yeah, and
researched.
which I do prefer that. That was really exciting. And like we were watching all the movies, Waylon found out Peter Pan's his favorite character. Bella knew all the Disney stories anyways already, but it was fun for them to like
It was really,
do their research before going in,
yes,
and their kid research.
it was really funny when we wanted to see the reaction when we told them we were going to Disneyland. And
Oh
so,
yeah.
do you remember that?
Well, no,
We-
it's funny because there's a lot before that.
Yeah.
I guess we packed up we didn't fly out till 7 p.m. so we had to pack basically the night before and
Yeah.
slowly the next morning to leave. Did he even question? We just told him you have the day off from school.
Oh, okay, no, wait. I was going back to when we first told Bella and Waylon
Oh,
about going to
sorry.
Disneyland. Well, no, I just wanted to touch on that because that was really funny, because we were like, check this out. And we were showing them like the Disneyland park, like on YouTube on the TV. And
Oh,
it's
like
like,
people walking through it.
wouldn't it be great to go there? And we're going to go there. And then we were like waiting for them to like clue in that we're actually going. And they were just like, why are you showing us this? We're just like, no, we're going.
I
And
don't know. Yeah.
they're like, okay, can we get back to our original cartoons? And we're like, oh my God. But so, like, similar to that, this time with Waylon, he never clued in. We never said, it was kind of funny because
We
then,
just answered his questions
literally
as they came.
as they came.
Yeah.
And so
Can
we
you give me
actually,
an example?
well, we actually had like, he had like a little mini fight or issue the night before when going to bed. And he's like, I don't want to be in this family anymore.
yeah.
And he said,
That classic line. I'm done with this family.
I kind of remember what he was mad about, but I was like, look, you know what? I was like, why don't we take a break tomorrow and have like a family day, and just like, I'll let your teacher know you won't be at school and we'll just like take a break. And he's like, okay. And so then he woke up knowing that we were going to like do something. So he was expecting travel. So we got in the car. He didn't ask any questions. Oh, we're going on a family fun day. That's all he knew. And then we're driving and we get to Calgary and we get to the airport. And he's like, the only time he questioned it was like, are we going to Chicago? Because we'd recently went to Chicago for the Ronald McDonald House global event. And that was his last place in an airport. And we were just like, no. And then he never asked any other questions.
No, we're not going to Chicago. Okay.
Okay. And then
I'm like, by this point, I was getting a little disappointed
so
in him. I'm like,
disappointed.
come on, man. You gotta be a little more inquisitive than this. We just drove 5 hours down the road to go to an airport.
Yeah.
And
No
you
idea.
find out that we're not going to Chicago. And that's the only information you need. Okay. Well, let's just go through security.
I, on the other hand,
Like, give me a break.
I loved it. I was like, this is great. I want to know when he realizes, like, maybe, like, because we were getting into LA at like 10 p.m. We didn't get to the hotel till like 11 p.m. And I'm like, he's not gonna realize till we walk in the park tomorrow.
If he asked if we were going to Disneyland, we would have said yes.
Yeah, and then it would have been like, great.
Or if we were, he didn't even ask, where are we going?
No.
Never asked it.
Didn't even ask.
So we were on the flight, weren't we?
we're on the flight. Nothing. Just playing as he played his.
We're not going to Chicago.
No. Then he just played his Nintendo Switch, and that was that. And then we landed. We rent a car. He falls asleep in the car, right? He fell asleep in the car on the drive to the hotel. We get to the hotel. Doesn't say anything about. We walk in the front doors. Doesn't say anything.
And he's been to this hotel. And this hotel,
this is
he
where we were.
recognizes.
He recognizes the hotel. We walk into our room, and he's like,
And he recognized it as being not Chicago. Yeah, this isn't Chicago.
yeah,
You're
this
right.
isn't Chicago. But he didn't
He knew
say,
that.
Yeah, he just remembered being in that hotel before. We go in, and he literally doesn't, he recognizes the hotel. And from the first time we stayed at the hotel, they had like a special unicorn cake in the room and like a bottle of champagne. And they had the bottle of champagne this time and some snacks and cookies. And he's like, wasn't that where Bella's unicorn cake was? And at that point, I thought, oh, he got it. No, just a random memory of a similar hotel room. Okay. Then our room is facing the California park.
California Adventure.
California Adventure. And he sits down on the couch eating his cookie. And I was like, okay, I was like,
'Cause you
I
can
gotta
see
catch
it
this
out
on
the
camera.
window.
Yeah, because you can see on the camera.
And
I'm
he's
like,
like, he looks over, he's like, is that the Incredicoaster?
yeah, it's just like,
I think that's incredible. Are we going to Disneyland?
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, bud. And he did freak out then.
Then he freaked out and jumped on the couch, and it was so cute. But he literally didn't know where we were and didn't
I'm
care.
so disappointed in him. Come on, man. You gotta be a little more curious than that.
He's just like, whatever. Do.
He certainly trusts us.
Yep. That was
Maybe it was like a little bit of vibe of if I say it, it won't happen. Kind of like if you call out like, I know the tooth fairy isn't real, then the tooth
Oh.
fairy stops coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not quite the same, but
No.
maybe he was just nervous about like it happening or not.
I think it was just genuine, like, whatever.
Obliviousness.
I'm not at school today. That's great.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's all of us, I think. So that was really fun. We settled in. We were really excited to go to Disneyland, and I wanted to share some what I believe were signs from Bella. And before I do that, I wanted to. Well, there was two signs that I believe were kind of like winks from her that I wrote down, like, and then there was one in reference to this book that I've been reading. Oh yeah, I'll show them in your camera.
Vast majority aren't looking.
Oh, right. Sorry, guys. For those listening in, it's called Signs, The Secret Language of the Universe by Laura Lynn Jackson. And this was a gift to
You
me.
started reading this?
Yes, I'm
a
reading a
book?
book. I know. In our last episode, I talked about how I don't read.
Because you don't read.
Do you remember
I'm
that?
trying- How far did you get into it?
Well, I got my little bookmark there.
Oh, you made it 30. Oh, you've almost made it through the introduction.
No, where my bookmark is.
Oh, you're
Stop it. That was the page I need.
page 20.
Is it really? Is that where I am? Okay, well, I found out a lot.
Oh, is this your bookmark way back? No. It is page 20.
I marked a page.
You're well into it. 20
What?
page.
No, let me see that. Oh, okay. Anyways, I found a lot in the first 20 pages. So what does that say about this book?
How many sessions was it to get to page 20?
I don't know. Okay, well, here's the thing. To be honest, I started reading this book, and I'll read you guys a section that really spoke to me. It's like really, I think, Laura's whole purpose. And if you follow her on Instagram, Laura Jackson, she shares this quite a bit on her page. But at first I was like, I'm a woman of faith, and I know Bella's in heaven, and I trust that, and I trust God. And so I don't question that. But this book scared me a little bit in a sense that, is it
You
making
don't
me
need signs to validate them.
right? And but then the way she explains how these signs are and how you can ask for signs really intrigued me. And it's something that since Bella has passed has been heavy, heavy, heavy on my heart. Like I know she's okay, but I want that connection with her.
Hmm.
I want so, something, a connection from her. Um,
Obviously, who wouldn't want that?
right,
Yeah.
right. And
I think
so
that's really easy to understand.
so Laura, and I'll get to the ones that I specifically mention in our podcast. Did you lose my page? Okay, there it is. So she talks about default signs, and then she goes on and says, distinct from default signs are signs that we specifically request: objects, images, words, or phrases, however unusual or obscure. This is the secret language we can co-create with the other side. I have co-created this language in a variety of ways with my spirit guides. I usually ask for oranges. And with my loved ones who have crossed, I have asked for armadillos, aardvarks, and anteaters, which I chose because they're sufficiently rare and are hard to miss. With my father, who only recently crossed, one of the signs we share is Elvis Presley. This book will show you how to create your own language with the other side so that when your signs come, you will not only recognize them, but also feel the extraordinary power they bring. So that was just a little snippet of, she talks about it way, way more in this book about how you can ask for signs from your loved ones who have passed, and default signs. But before that, there were two signs that I believe were from Bella, kind of like winks from her to me, saying like, "Hey, Mom, I'm here with you."
Hmm.
And those were, and then I asked for a sign on our final day. But the first day we were there, I saw three little girls wearing the exact pink sneakers that Bella has, and they were all girls.
Aren't those custom?
No, there's other ones like this.
Oh, okay.
The people who sneak hers Canada gave Bella and I matching pairs.
I gotcha.
But there are other these are
Go
just
on.
painted with that special pink.
Mhm.
I saw three girls, all close to Bella's age or younger, with the exact sneakers.
Mhm. And
And
that's not something you were looking for,
no,
obviously.
no.
So you didn't, but because this book spoke about creating a sign language,
Asking for one.
but
And I'll get to that.
she specifically identified things. You just saw these at random.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like when I saw her name in the reflection of my clock, it's kind of like you
Yeah.
feel like, okay,
That was crazy.
she sent that. And then the other thing was the girl, when I had was waiting to give Rapunzel a hug, I was the last in line, and the girl in front of me was a little girl. Her name was Bella.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I think that's another wink from my Bella. But in reference to
Because
Laura,
Rapunzel was her favorite.
oh yeah, one of.
Okay.
And I wanted to give her a hug, and I gave her a little Bella Brave heart, and I'll talk about that too, but I left these little plastic sparkly pink Bella Brave hearts all over the parks, just kind of as like a way to leave Bella there in her happiest place.
And you've done that other places
And I've
too.
done that other places too. Yeah.
Yeah, but this one is
Yeah.
more.
So I don't think I wrote it on here, but after reading Laura's book,
Or
I was
after
saying-
reading 20 pages of
20
Laura's book.
a fair portion at the beginning of Laura Jackson's book, I had done this. I
The introduction. It's still on the
Stop.
introduction. Don't even give me that. A fair portion of her introduction of her book.
I'm getting to that. I fully admit I'm not a great reader, but there was a moment where I put the book down and I was scared.
If this book was on your phone and you were just scrolling it rather than flipping pages, you'd be done it.
No, I actually put it down because I didn't want to read it at one point because I was worried that this wasn't going to happen for me, that I was maybe
Oh,
asking too much of Bella, or that this isn't something I should be asking for.
that's important to mention.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Oh,
But then
I should just check myself out on some of these podcast portions.
it's because you're always rushing me, like, come on, Kyle, tell your
And,
story.
and our demographic would be like, well, shut up.
Yeah,
I wanna hear-
yeah, you researched that. You should know.
I researched how many times we say shut up to me.
No, you've researched that our demographic is like
I didn't need to do research to know that it's mostly women listening to this podcast.
Oh, I would have. I don't know. Anyways, the first time I read that part of the book and learned that I could ask for signs and have that connection possibly with Bella, I did. And I was doing it very doubtfully, kind of like, I don't know if this is something I should really rely on. I was kind of scared that it wouldn't come, she wouldn't come through, and that maybe it was hocus pocus and all that sort of thing. But the first time I did, I remember waking up that morning, and it was before I was going to see my friend in Saskatoon, and I had said, honey, I was like, if this is real, if you can send a sign to mommy and show me your connection, I said I'd like to see a purple rose. And that day I got to my house and my friend had knitted a sweater with a purple rose on it. Oh, sorry, honey. And then this is the only other time I've asked for a sign like that. And it was the last day of our trip to Disneyland. And in the morning, I got up and I was like in the bathroom by myself. And I was like, sweetheart, I just want to know you're here. I'd love a sign from you today. How about a giraffe? And that's just what I thought of. It's like, how about a giraffe? And we pack up, we get on the road, the hour-long drive to the airport. We go in there, and part of me is like looking at the cars and looking around. I'm like, what if I see a giraffe? What if I actually see a giraffe? What if this actually happens? And then I tell myself, like, stop, like, just let it happen. You can't like force it into place. And then I forgot about it by the time we got to the airport.
That's probably healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, because I was just wanting it so bad to happen that it's like, no, it's not. That's not the way it has to go. You just have to.
I think you got to read the book
More.
Yeah.
I do.
Learn.
But regardless of that, I shared it on my socials, and Laura reshared it, and she's like, signs are real. And so we get to the airport and we go to get our tickets, and the gentleman in front of us and his wife are getting their tickets, and on their luggage cart is a neck pillow giraffe.
No.
And I literally was just staring at it. And I remember going up and touching it and then thinking, oh, okay, this isn't mine. I should just be
You
up.
did touch it?
I did touch it. And I was like, I need
Get away from me, crazy lady. Why are you trying to steal my neck pillow? You touched her neck pillow? Was it on her neck?
No, it was on her luggage cart.
It doesn't matter, though. I mean, you're still trying to steal it.
Well, I was like, okay, first of all, it was a real cute, like, squishmallow neck pillow, but it was a giraffe. And I was checking to make sure that, like, the little giraffe, you know, their little, like, thingies on their heads, like, not antennas, but the little brown little thingies, and then the ears. I was making sure that it had that. I was like, because it was like a neck pillow, but I was like making sure it was a giraffe. And then, and then the dad, I should say, because it was his son's neck pillow.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so the dad turns around, and I was like, I kind of froze, but I was like, oh, I really like that. Is it a giraffe? And he's like, yeah, it's my son's neck pillow. And then he was like laughing about something and went on to tell me a story about it. But he's like, yeah, that's a giraffe. And I was like, oh, I was relieved that he like didn't care that I was like touching his giraffe neck pillow.
Trying to get out of there.
But I was just like, I needed in my heart to confirm. And then when he confirmed it for me, I was just like, inside, I just melted. And then I was like crying all the way to like our gate.
How did I miss all of this?
I don't know. You were probably watching Waylon.
I was probably taking care of business, being in an airport, and here in La La Land looking for giraffes.
Honestly, yeah, that's what happened.
That's great.
But I was just like, wow.
That's remarkable.
And I looked around, and it's like...
Does that not put too much pressure on everything, though?
Not now. Now that it's happened twice in a row, it was so obvious.
But now you're going to be expecting these things, and I mean, is it, say, is it too much pressure on Bella? I don't know.
That's what I had thought in the beginning, and I'm like, I still need to read more of Laura's book.
I don't know. I think you're pretty...
I want to read more, but it's like she really...
I like how you read. I want to read more.
I want to read more.
There's no commitment to finishing the book.
I should finish it.
I want to read more.
But I was just really excited that like I really think this is real. Like I really think it is.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I was just really happy about that.
When I see on your socials, lots of times people sharing like the pink sunsets.
Yeah.
But so there's a difference between those sunsets because quite common. And
yeah, she calls them I think the default signs, like things like butterflies and feathers and dimes, which like people like I know like I've had friends who's like their loved ones have passed away, and it's like a feather, they're getting in their car and a feather out of nowhere lands on their shoulder, and they're like, oh, that was my brother, or you know, things like that. Right. Or like our friends,
or dimes too.
And in Bella's case, googly eyes. I've had friends tell me they found googly eyes in places that you don't find googly eyes. And
Well,
it's one googly eye. So it's like, okay, that's Bella giving you a wink or a nod, right? Like saying like I'm here. I see you.
Okay.
And then there's the pink skies. I wish there was a way, I don't know if we could do this, but I wish there was a way that like I feel that there might be some sort of record of how pink and vibrant and colorful the skies have been, but I'm getting messages from like Australia, like Texas, England, like Canada and the state all over the states of these like vibrant pink skies. But it's been going on since Bella had passed, and everyone's like, I see Bella in the sky today. She's painting the skies today.
Right.
And I'm
They're
like,
looking for it.
I feel like this is more than normal.
Mm.
Like, so, between
Well, it's also on your. I'm just gonna be lame. Sorry.
no, be lame. It's okay.
No, I mean, wah. It was like when we saw the Northern Lights and they're really crappy. But then when we took a photo of it,
Yeah.
the phone like faked it and made it look amazing. I'm like, this photo of of the Northern Lights I just took looks nothing like it in real life.
But then remember when
So I didn't want to say that because the sunsets do usually appear just as vibrant in your phone. Like,
Yeah.
you look at, holy crap,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And then you take a photo of it and it looks the same. The Northern Lights, that was different.
That was different.
That
But-
was a scam. I think
but-
we covered that in like
Oh, we
episode
did.
3, the Northern Lights scam.
yeah, that was just like that your phone did something. But I was gonna say, Waylon recently has been
Very
he's
sign orientated.
he's just been like, Mom, look at the sky, and it'll be vibrant out our front window. It'll be vibrant and orange and pink, and he's like, Mom, that's Bella, and
No.
like he's getting it, and he's not getting that from my socials. He's getting that from himself, and so like that's another connection where it's like, wow, Waylon's recognizing this, and he's not seeing people on my socials looking at the skies,
No, sure not.
right? And I've noticed him do that like 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really sweet. Okay, let's get into our review of the parks. So we visited Disneyland Park, California Adventure, and this time we went to Knott's Berry Farm and Universal Studios. So we
And maybe probably the second best. I mean, do you want me to rank it right now?
Waylon's
Just going to the ocean,
I
the
was gonna
beach
say-
side, and Laguna Beach.
yeah,
and that
Waylon,
area.
that was Waylon's first time touching and seeing the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
didn't want to spend any more money that day, so I'm just like, let's go to the beach.
um
And then we went to Knott's Berry Farm. I'm like, I don't want to pay for really expensive tickets, so let's go here.
Yeah.
My cheap days.
yeah, and we had a good conversation about like when we were rating all of them.
Mhm.
But I would say I think the number one thing if you want to go to any park is you legit have to budget for food and
Food, you
carnival
can-
games.
I don't know. The carnival games, Waylon wasn't interested. I'm going to say, no, we're not spending
Right.
that money. That's
But they're
fine.
like everywhere.
No, they're not at Disneyland or Magic Kingdom. The carnival games. They're just Knott's Berry
California
Farm and
Land.
Universal.
Universal and Knott's Berry.
Okay. Well,
So 3 out of the 4.
I don't think you necessarily need. You don't have to do those things. You have to buy park tickets. You don't necessarily have to buy the park food because you could bring some in. Like we bring
Yeah,
in
you can bring
Lunchables
in-
and snacks and
Yeah.
water and a backpack. So
Yeah. We had
you're able to
breakfast
get
at
around
our
that way. Yeah.
breakfast at our hotel, snacks we packed in the backpack, and then supper at our hotel.
Yeah,
And
because
it
we were
was-
walkable, so we could
Yeah.
always go back for
Yeah.
supper
Yeah. But overall, our number one pick was Disneyland,
for sure. Magic
Um,
Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom, because it was the best. It was the best for like kids Waylon's age or kids under 48 inches. Like there's still
Oh,
there's-
I think every single ride he could go on.
Yeah.
In Disneyland,
Yeah.
because he was 46 inches tall,
Yeah.
which isn't that tall, but they make sure. Yeah, and our favorite Space Mountain or
and there's the
Thunder
most
Mountain.
most to do and the nostalgia we talked about and the overall magic and the characters that are there, which is kind of it left all the other parks kind of empty feeling.
Yeah, the vibes at Disneyland are
Yeah. Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
They're
for
worth
sure.
the premium price.
Our favorite rides were Indiana Jones, mine, Space Mountain and Thunder Mountain were Waylon's, and Pirates and the Haunted Mansion were yours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I did get some information about the DAS pass. so-
Well, Bella had the disabled pass last time we went. And it
Yes.
was really helpful for her because she could go into exits.
But-
yeah,
Apparently it's changed.
Mm.
So Bella had a disability, like, so she had dwarfism. And so not only was walking really, like walking from ride to ride and then walking the lines was really, really hard. So
she
like,
had a stroller. We had a stroller.
you had
for
a
the two,
stroller
which was awesome.
or there's for people like in wheelchairs or people that physically can't
Mhm.
stand in lines for long periods of time. I guess it has changed, and I don't, maybe you could figure out the details if you really needed to, but I guess a lot of people are saying that the DAS pass is not as usable for everyone with disabilities anymore, especially physical ones, because it's primarily for people with uh ADHD. Uh
Okay.
what's what's the word? Uh
ADHD.
what's the actual word of it though? Not the acronym.
Attention hyper disorder.
Oh no, what is it? There's a word for it. Autism.
Oh, well, that's not
Sorry.
ADHD.
Yeah, I know. Autism.
Okay.
Autism, I think, was the primary one. So it's just basically changed in a way that doesn't really accommodate those with physical disabilities as much as it does for those with autism.
Mhm.
So actually, it's harder to get the DAS pass now, which is kind of unfortunate in many ways. But I don't know, maybe if you could like talk to someone, and apparently it's been really difficult for people that have disabilities.
Well, there's probably a lot of people that took advantage of it too.
Yeah, that's true too.
And then maybe you have to make your case, which
Yeah.
is
You might
fine.
just
But
have
I
to
mean,
make your case.
I would
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's easier for someone with autism to stand in lines.
Yeah, exactly. That's
No
just
kidding.
one of the many, right? Though, like,
Right.
but
Yeah.
we found the
You know what?
light.
Who does take advantage? We're standing in line for cars, and like, how many times do we get
Oh
passed
my
by people that,
gosh.
oh, I'm just meeting up with my friend at the front of the line? Like, I didn't.
That
So
happened 5 times to us. Okay, so in the cars line, so some of these rides
Radiator Springs.
at Radiator Springs ride. So
Yeah.
it didn't have a lightning lane. It had its own separate lightning lane that you would have had to separately purchase,
Yeah, for like $25 each.
or you wait in
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
And the line moved pretty good, but it was an hour wait. We had 5 people butt in front of us, and they would just be like, "Sorry, just meet my friend." Oh, sorry, sorry. Nothing of value for why they just
I
butted in
think the
front of
only
us.
time it's acceptable is if like a adult is coming back with their kid from like
That just had to pee without peeing
going
their pants, right?
or something along that lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like
Like,
this,
no, this group of 16-year-olds does not need
it
to
was
meet up with a
all,
friend.
yeah.
Like one person goes ahead. I'll wait in line. You guys go do these things and
There
come
was
catch
one
up with
group,
us.
there was one group of 3 young adults, and the young adults in front of us were like, "This is ridiculous," because they saw it too. But there was one group of 3 young adults where they did it twice. The one guy was ahead, went back, got 2 of his friends, came back, and then went back for himself for whatever reason, and then came back. And every time he came back, they were ahead of us and butted and went back in line. And it was like, what are you doing? And then there was other random adults or young adults that just like walked by us, like, sorry. It's like,
It's like,
where are
I
you
hope you
going?
don't mind. And I said, we do.
You
And then
did.
everyone started laughing.
Yeah, yeah. We were like, we do, and you don't have a reason. But like,
That was
who's?
bold. As a Canadian, I can't believe I spoke up.
I know.
But
That's
I
big
didn't
for,
say
that's
anything.
big for you.
That was big.
You're like, we do.
No,
Sorry
I
about
usually
it.
open my
Sorry
mouth.
about
It's kind of big. What are you looking at?
I'm getting a phone call.
Oh, anyways.
Go to voicemail. Um,
Yeah, Disneyland the best. California Adventure second best. But these are the
Lightning.
priciest places to go. Knott's Berry Farm. It has
It's
really good roller coasters, but it's you still feel like you're in a parking lot.
Yeah, it's the least expensive. It's good for a day. Like
It is.
Universal and
You're
Knott's
right.
Berry, you only really need for a day. I wouldn't get the fast pass at Knott's Berry
No.
or Universal unless you are like an
Busy.
adult who is really into roller coasters. Otherwise, like,
No,
right?
Universal really didn't even have a roller coaster. It had kind of one, and then the one isn't ready to go yet. The Fast and Furious one.
The
It
Fast
looks
and
really
Furious,
cool.
it does. That was the other thing about Universal I noticed is that also not worth getting a fast lane pass because there's only like 2 rides per area. There's not a lot of rides there. It's like all food and
It's all just
games.
waiting till you get to like the tram tour of
Yeah,
the
and
Hollywood
shopping.
of the Universal Studios, which
Yeah,
is really fun.
the tram tour is like the thing.
With
Yeah,
like Jaws coming up out of the water
yeah,
and
yeah,
Norman Bates chasing you with a knife
yeah, yeah.
and and they park the tram and then you do like real rides in there. But like
Yeah.
I was telling you, I think it was like the fourth or fifth ride. I'm like, Kyla, I'm so sick of going on these rides
They're
where
all
they just
simulators.
it's a simulator where you just wiggle in your seat and look at a screen. I'm like,
Yeah,
I am not into that anymore. I'd rather go to Disneyland and watch like the storybook ride where you're just
yeah.
in this
Go
little
through it.
trolley and you have like cardboard cutouts slapping at you.
Yeah. And all the simulators, like I'm a motion sick person, which I figured out on
You
like
couldn't go on most
the
of them.
third simulator. I mean, I've done flyover. The first flyover I did last year in
Almost made me
Disneyland
sick.
almost made me sick.
Star Tours made you
Star
sick.
Tours, I didn't know It was that bad. I was probably within a minute of vomiting over everybody in the seats in front of me. Like it was, I was gonna grab my purse and vomit into my purse, but I can't do it. Can't do the motion sickness. So now I watch for all the warnings that they do have at the start of the line for all
Mhm.
these rides, and it's like, or I'll go and like Google and be like, what is this ride? And then it's like not for motion sickness people.
But I think on the third day we went down to Laguna Beach. It was nice. We rented a car because I
Yeah.
looked at when we landed at LA. I was like, oh, we'll just get an Uber. It'll be easy. But then I think the price to get an Uber from LAX to our airport, which is really close to Disneyland, was like $130 American.
Oof.
I was like, I can rent a car for 200,
For the week.
for the week,
Yeah.
which, and the gas was practically nothing, it felt like down there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Price. And so we
Yeah.
drove there and back and down to Laguna Beach and Knott's Berry Farm, Universal,
Yeah.
and it was way better option.
Yeah, I really
If you're
liked it.
comfortable driving in. Yeah, you really liked it.
I didn't mind. It was like at one point you look up and you're like in 8 lanes of traffic, but
It wasn't bad.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And like, I mean, we did go like mid-January, right? Or
Quiet. Yeah.
it was really quiet. Like it was a good time to go, and the weather wasn't bad. It was like plus 18, plus 20,
Yeah.
sunny, no rain. Uh, I was surprised for anybody that likes. Oh, are we almost okay? I was surprised about the drink options. First of all, Disneyland doesn't have any adult drink options.
You have to go to the Star Wars area to get a beer.
Yeah, the very, 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 very end of it.
Yeah.
And then there was lots in California Adventure, but they were like $15 American.
Oh yeah, and the one
For
guy asked
one
me,
beer.
he's like, "How much does that beer cost?" I'm like, $15.
And
he's
just like
"Oh no."
sunk, and you saw him. It was just like, what?
I'm like, "Well, I paid for it.
Yeah.
Here I
Oh,
am."
and then the last tip was like, I didn't realize until after, like I had a friend say like, oh, I should have gave you my Mario band
Ugh, that's scam.
wristband for Nintendo World at Universal. And it's
Nintendo
like,
World was cool, but one ride and
It
then a
was
bunch of like wristband.
it was one
games.
ride, and then it's just a wristband game that you don't need to buy the $45 American wristband, because the things that the people are doing their wristbands with, you can just stand there and watch and get the same experience.
Well, it's like, oh, I'm not paying to go on the roller coaster. You can just watch them ride the roller. Isn't that just as good, Waylon? No.
But it's like we went to all these, like it'd be like this, you like crank
No,
this
he could
thing.
literally punch the thing and it would light up and it would do the
Yeah.
same. He didn't care.
You didn't really need the
He didn't
band.
even know. The band, $50. I'm not
50
paying
bucks, but then you go to Harry Potter World
that. The
and
wand
it's
is
the
75.
same. Yeah, it's the same thing with a wand. And I just watch these kids and their wands, and you just go up to a couple different windows and tap this sensor in the window, and it just moves like a flower.
Oh, right. So you can watch. And okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, 75 bucks.
Hard pass.
No.
If we went
thank
back again, which I imagine we will,
you.
I would do 2 at Disneyland, 1 at California, maybe 2 at California. If we was like in the summer, we could go on like the Grizzly
Oh,
Rapid Run
right.
one.
Yes.
But like 3 or 4 days, because we've been there lots. We know
Yeah.
kind of now. So,
Yeah.
and then beach days.
Beach days.
Oh,
And
beach days.
yes, because all of the
Or we
parks.
could go to like the San Diego Zoo.
Oh,
next
yeah.
time.
We didn't do the zoo. And there's like in Knott's Berry, Universal, and I think California. No, and Disney. All 4 of them, they have like seasonal rides that they only do in the summer.
Yeah.
Like water park areas.
But it was still 20 degrees Celsius when we were
Yeah.
there. So it was really comfortable.
But
I
it'd be
mean,
nice to go in warmer weather and do like the water parks in the parks and then a beach day.
Yeah.
Would be awesome. And the beach
And
at
rumor has it Disneyland is putting on a water park.
right, you said that earlier.
No, your friend.
My friend that works for Disney did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you reminded me. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, you should tell people about the special moment with Waylon coloring the one evening. Oh, that's the other part.
Yes.
Walt Disney World, like in Florida, they close early, but Disneyland and California Adventure, they stay open till like 10, 11 p.m.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It's like my favorite time. It's after supper
Yeah.
at these places.
Yeah.
And the one night we went over to Disneyland, and Main Street has all these cute little shops lining it, and then
Then you
kind of
walk down.
and we picked the random one where it's like really nice colorings and
The art
drawing.
gallery.
The art gallery. Okay.
Yeah. And they had an in-house artist, as they do at Disneyland. And so we went in there, and Waylon was immediately intrigued with her. And there was another gentleman there, and he was asking all these questions like, how do you decide what to draw? And I was asking her some questions. And I'm like, what kind of requests do you get? How can you draw the characters? And they were telling us about how the special approval they need to get from Disney to draw characters in certain ways. Like you can't just be like drawing like Mickey murdering like Daisy Duck or something like that, right? Like you have to get approval of like the character and how they're drawn and what colors are used. Like it all has to
Maybe
be.
there's like they do like black market Disney off the side,
Yeah,
like
because
back alley
yeah,
drawings.
they're not allowed. Everything that goes through there has to be approved. Like it's very strict. And so Waylon was like so intrigued, and she offered to allow him to like sit at her studio, and she shared how her studio works and her table and the light
And the light board.
and the light board, and asked Waylon to pick out like what he wanted to draw. And he's like, I want to draw Lightning McQueen, and she helped him set it all up. And I was just like, it was so genuine and sentimental, and I was just like, do you like do this often? She's like, no, like once in a blue moon. If
And he got a special pin that like is
yeah.
one of the hardest ones to get. Apparently people collect these pins, and this one is really
yeah, it says honorary sketch artist. And well, he also got his image of Lightning McQueen officially stamped with the Disney stamp, which is like an imprint in the paper. And then he got a special pin that says honorary Disney sketch artist. And
we
she's
should frame his Lightning McQueen
oh
sketch.
yes, we have to frame it.
That was really good.
But she was like,
A special moment.
cross out the honorary. She's like, you're an amazing sketch artist. She's
Aw.
like, cross out that. It was so sweet. It was really endearing. I really like. I just shared that as a trial reel on my Instagram, and I'm still learning how trial reels work. But I still have to figure out how to actually make it like a post for my current followers. I think it's just out there right now for people that aren't following me.
Yeah.
But I do share this whole story in a post on my Instagram.
I think the Disney experience kind of you're going to get those sort of moments that you're not going to get anywhere else, and that's what makes it special.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, we had those moments with Bella when we were there too at like what do you call it the where she got her dress.
Oh,
The
the Bibbidi
Bibbidi-
Bobbidi Boutique.
Yeah,
Oh,
those sort of moments
yeah.
really happen there that don't happen other places.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
number one.
Yeah, Disneyland #1 for us. And then if any of our listeners want to comment any of their theme park tips, we would appreciate that. That would be awesome.
You know, where's a good forum for that? If you're on Reddit,
I've never used Reddit.
it's cool.
Is it just
It's like it's got every single topic and like
tips and like
yeah,
information?
yeah, absolutely.
Huh.
Really neat and up to date stuff.
I've
So
never used it.
going online now and like looking at a corporate website, it was just not helpful anymore. But like getting real feedback from people.
Yeah, who've
Is-
been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We should probably wrap up, even though there's like so much more I want to cover.
definitely gotta scoot. I gotta go into town and get Waylon's skates sharpened. And I
Yes.
gotta drop off my buddy's clubs.
He has a hockey tournament tomorrow.
Waylon has hockey and my
He's
other
got
buddy
3
needs-
games tomorrow. He needs sharp skates. Yeah. Yeah.
He's slip sliding around out there.
Yeah, yeah. So that'll be the end of our episode today. Thank you all for listening to us on Beyond Brave. Please remember to stay brave, and just thanks a lot for those of you that have taken the time to rate, leave a comment, save, share, and all the rest.
Yeah, give us a like or a 5-star review.
Right. Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. That was an hour already. Is that when you showed me 2:30? My goodness.